What's going on YouTube? It's your co-host Tanks here, and today I finally got a deck profile, a Lightsworn Deck Profile. Finally complete. Took a while, but it is done, so let's get it started. So for your first card, you got 3 Judgment Dragons here. This is your boss monster. This is once you have 4 Lightsworn monsters in the graveyard, you can special summon this, and then you can use special ability. Sacrifice 1,000 life points, destroy the whole entire field. Very effective card, and then you have to mill 4. Or discard 4. If I say mill, it means discard. So that's the main monster of the Lightsworn deck. Everybody knows about that. Next, I put 3 Luminas in there. This card helps me to Xyz summon or just to special summon more cards to the field so I can swarm the field. And it helps mill a lot. Next, I use 3 Lyla Lightsworn Sorceresses. This card is my favorite card in the deck. This card is like Mystical Space Typhoon in monster form, where once you play it, you can go to main phase, and then you can switch it to defense mode and destroy any card in the backfield, or the field for field spell card. Very effective card. I love it. I also run 3 Wulf Lightsworn Beasts because since you discard a lot or mill, this card you can special summon if it's discarded from your deck to the graveyard. This is a very good card, especially with its awesome 2100 attack. It's very effective on a lot of beast monsters. Next, I use 2 Rykos. It's like my man-eater bug, or whatever you want to call it, where you flip it and you can destroy any card in the field. It's better than man-eater bug, and then you mill 3 or whatever. Very good card. I love that card. I play only 1 Celestia. You only need 1 Celestia. This card is like the mini Judgment Dragon. This card, you sacrifice 1 Lightsworn monster. You can destroy 2 cards on the field, and then you mill 4. Very, very good card as well. I use Garoth so I can search him with a magic card I have, or if I want to mill and draw at the same time. Very good card. And Jain, this card is good as well. This card, I only run 1 of them because you only need 1 of them, and when it goes to battle phase, when it's your battle phase, it gets to 2100 attack, and it could like wreck a lot of cards. It's very good. And Ehren Lightsworn Monk, another good card. This card is really effective against cards that use a lot of defense monsters. This card attacks the defense monster no matter what its defense is and sends it straight to the deck. And you have to shuffle the deck, and its effect is negated if it has an effect. So it's a very good card. That's for all the Lightsworns. There's a lot of cards. There's a lot of monster cards, but that's what you need in order for this deck to be effective. Next, some more monsters. I got the Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of Beginning. Very, very overpowered card. Very good card. I don't play him very often, but since I have Dark Monsters, he's good to have. Some people don't put this in the deck, but Honest, look at that Ghost Rare Honest. Very cool card, first edition. This card I recommend in a Lightsworn deck because mostly all your cards are light, and this card really helps, especially with lower light monsters. I love that card. Next, for non-light, I have a Card Trooper. Some people do 2 Card Troopers. I just do 1 because I just think it's all you need. Because if you have 2, sometimes they're just stuck in your hand. You don't need them. The only time I really use Card Trooper is if I need to put a card on the field to defend my life points, or when I have no Lightsworns in my hand. I can play this card, and I can even use special ability so I can start milling. Because I noticed that this deck doesn't start going until you start milling or discarding, and when it gets destroyed, you did draw 1, so it's very effective. Next, got the Chaos Sorcerer, the other Blackluster Soldier, basically. Very, very good card as well. 1 Tragoedia. I only use 1 Tragoedia because I had 2 in my deck, and I tested it, and it seemed to be stuck in my hand more than me playing it, so I thought 1 would be good enough. So there's 1 Tragoedia. 1 Gorz. This card is very good if you have nothing on the field, because sometimes you do have a dead hand, and this really, really helps. And it's Ghost Rare, and it's sexy. Sexy, sexy, sexy. Next, I do Plaguespreader Zombie. This is forward tuning. Also, it's really effective in the graveyard. If it's in the graveyard, you can send 1 card from your hand to the top of your deck, so you can special summon this card, and you can synchro summon. So I can synchro summon up to like 2 to 3 times in a game if I synchro summon, which I rarely do, but just in case. Next, I run 3 Necro Gardnas. Necro Gardna saves my life a lot because people think out there like, oh, you're wide open for an attack. I'll beat your Lightsworn deck in one turn, but they forget that there's always Necro Gardna in the graveyard. These things are good for multiple things. For one, to negate attacks, and also for getting like Black Luster Soldier or Chaos Sorcerer out on the field. Those cards are a must. You must have 3. That's what I think. Now we're to the spell cards here. Got 3 solar recharges. This helps me get the deck flowing a little bit. Just discard 1 Lightsworn monster. Let's say you got a Wulf in your hand or something like that, and then you can draw 2, mill 2. Sometimes you'll mill a Wulf and special summon that, or you draw like a Judgment Dragon. It just really helps. It's 3 of them is recommended. Next, 1 Charge of Light Brigade. I wish we could have more, but this card is a good search card. You can search for a level 4 or lower Lightsworn monster as long as you discard 3. That also helps to flow the deck. I'm sure everybody has that in their deck. Next, I run 3 Monster Reincarnation. Since you can't Reborn or Premature Burial or use Call of Haunted on Judgment Dragon, this is like the Monster Reborn for Judgment Dragon or for another card. Monster Reincarnation, very good. And then this is Reinforcement of the Army. That card helps me get out my Garoth, or if I need Necro Gardna I want to get rid of, I'll use that. Foolish Burial, this is just a special summon 1 Wulf. Pot of Avarice, I use this card. Not many people use this card in the deck, but I think it's good because if you're at the end of the duel and you only have like 3 cards in your deck and you have to mill like 4, then Pot of Avarice is good to get some cards back into your deck and draw 2. And this card's really helped me win a lot of duels, and I'm grateful for it. Now, I use 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, not 3, because I already got Lyla, like I said. So everyone knows Mystical Space Typhoon. You got 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Dark Hole, and 1 Monster Reborn. That's all the deck for the main deck. And if you noticed, I have no trap cards, because I think trap cards just stop the flow of this deck. So I recommend no trap cards in the Lightsworn deck. That's just my thing. Now I do have an extra deck here. We got the Sun Dragon Overlord. This card, I use this a couple of times because sometimes I'm at the end of the duel and I have 2 Judgment Dragons out in the field, and I just want and I only have like 5 cards left in the deck, and I know if my next turn I'll lose, so I'll special summon this guy out in the field and it stops the milling, and it also helps destroy more cards in the field. Very good. I have this card. I use Photon, the butterfly here, a lot. People put cards in defense mode or things that have like high defenses. I'll get into attack position that loses 600 life points or attack points. So it's a very effective card. You got a Mind Stroke, Steel Swarm Roach, Utopia, Leviathan Dragon, that sexy ghost rare. Let's see, we get look at that. Woo! It's like 3D. You got Wind Up Zen Mains. Got Tempo. This card I haven't really used much, but it's really good to have in your deck, especially for those Evil Swarm decks. This card can help you get over those Ophions, things like that. It's a recommended card in every deck. Next, I do have some synchros. Remember, because it's Plaguespreader, I got Mistworm, Scrap Dragon. This helped me win a couple of matches. Stardust Dragon, I haven't really played him yet, but Stardust Dragon is just a very good card. So, I like it. Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth. This card I just have in here just in case, I need to get something on the field. And sorry if you heard the phone. Sorry about that. Ally of Justice, Cataster, and Armory Arm. That is my deck profile for Lightsworn. So if you want to do more deck profiles, please tell me which ones you want me to do, and I'll see if I can do it. And stay tuned for next week for the for a really cool tin opening. So peace out, guys.